Hi, I'm James Davidson. I'm CEO at Tails.com. So I'd actually give advice to my 20-year-old self because it was my 30-year-old self who realised this, and that is just relax and be happy, because people like to be around happy people, and so life is a better place for everybody if we're all happy. And I learned this from a guy called Colin. And Colin and I were doing some voluntary work in Nicaragua, and we were driving around the place in a pickup truck, and he was almost annoyingly positive and happy. But after quite a long time, just the two of us together, I realised that rather than feeling annoyed and frustrated with his chirpy, positive attitude, actually, wouldn't it be much nicer to be Colin? So that's what I realised and tried to be. And it's not easy, but my advice for people who are realising that is look at someone who you admire, who is positive and happy, and try and figure out how they do it and what works for them, because it might work for you too. Now, my first ever boss when I started working at Unilever in 1999 was a guy called Leary Atts. And Leary and I still meet up from time to time, so he knew when we went through a period of time at Tails where it looked like the business would be closed, that shareholders weren't sure that the business could succeed and perhaps they should close the business and take their money back. And before a particular board meeting where we needed to decide whether this was the case, Leary sent me a text and said, whatever you do, don't stop fighting. That was resonating in my head while we went through the meeting. And I didn't stop fighting, and the board meeting overran by quite some time, but ultimately we decided to carry on, to keep the business going. And now thousands of dogs and their owners are the happier for it. I think that'd have to be my Spotify premium account, because I think nothing really can help you enhance or change your mood or get in the zone to think like listening to the right music, and with that you've got access to pretty much anything. It's a pretty tough call. It's either on the one hand we're about to reach our next doubling milestone at Tails, or on the other hand going mountain biking this weekend like I do every weekend and seem to think about almost as much as I think about dog food.